What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for today's commentary, I have probably some of the best news that I can ever present to you guys, ever, when it comes to Call of Duty. I have made many videos, and, a lot of them have been positives, a lot of them have been negatives, but nothing can compare to what we are about to go ahead and witness here. This right here might even be to the standards of something like SM2 for those who don't remember what SM2 is. That was a mod we had a little while back that would have been fantastic. People would have just eaten it up, but of course, Activision sent out a cease and desist letter to them, making them shut down all of their progress with the game and making sure the community would never see that game come to light, which really ruined a lot of hope for the overall community. But again, what I'm about to tell you guys right here is probably going to re-spark that hope, and it might be one of the main reasons why they went ahead and tried to shut down SM2. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, just very quickly, if you do enjoy what you hear today, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time, mostly stuff revolving around Modern Warfare 3. We do live gameplays, comparisons, reviews, all of the above. Anything that you could think of when it comes to Modern Warfare 3, I will be posting it on this channel. And last but not least, we do go ahead and stream over on Kick pretty much daily, so if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, by all means, you can find a link to that channel as well as all my other socials down in the description of this video. All right, so as you can see right here from Leakers on Duty, they put out a post saying, Call of Duty Mobile is testing out a standalone PC version. The test is currently limited to China and is set to begin in mid-January. Minimum requirements, as you can see there, Intel Core i5, 8 gigabytes, GeForce GTX 750, Windows 7. You guys can obviously read and see exactly what you need to go ahead and play it. And honestly, I don't know how many viewers I have that watch me from China. I'm sure probably none. And if you are, hey, go down in the comment section and let me know. But if you are, hey, you're lucky. You get to go ahead and play probably one of the best Call of Duty games that's ever been invented, coming this January on a port that's actually meant for PC. For those who don't know, when you want to go ahead and play Call of Duty Mobile, you can only play it on an emulator if you don't want to play it on a mobile device, which is not really the most fun experience, hence why I don't bother playing it, and I feel like a lot of other people don't bother playing it either. Call of Duty Mobile, though, hands down is one of the best Call of Duty games that's ever been released. The skill-based matchmaking isn't cranked through the absolute roof, and again, we don't know if that's going to be changed up, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. It's tons of variety of content, pretty much what everybody wants out of a full-time Call of Duty game, all of your favorite maps, all of your favorite weapons being crammed into one title. That's exactly what you want, but again, the problem is that it's on mobile. If you want to play it on PC, you have to go through an emulator, and it feels so clunky and horrifying. And of course, if you want to go ahead and play it on console, you are crap out of luck. Now, you can go ahead and plug in a controller on, your mobile device or, connect it Bluetooth, whatever you got to do, and play it that way. But overall, it's still clunky and just not fun. This right here is a port. They are trying to bring, Call of Duty Mobile, what Call of Duty Mobile is, and make sure it's playable on PC. And I know a lot of people are going to, again, look at this and say, well, what about console? PC, that's great and all, but a huge portion of the Call of Duty community is literally on console, Xbox and PlayStation. It's just a fact. So what about that? Well, that's the good news here, though. If they are going through the effort of even trying to put it on PC, that more than likely means that we will see a console port as well sometime in the future. And again, they're not going to announce all of this stuff just yet. It's not even in the US right now. It's specifically in China. The only way that you could be able to play test any of this stuff is if you are in China and, you're there mid-January. Maybe there's other ways that you could spoof your way around this. I don't know. Again, go down in the comment section and let me know if you know any, alternative ways that you can, find a way into this play test. But from my knowledge, you got to be in China. But the point being made is that even though it's only on PC right now, console players, you don't got to worry. It's definitely, I'm not even going to say maybe, possibly, no. It is 1010% going to be on console as well. This is proof right here. If they are actually testing it out on PC, this is proof that Microsoft, no longer Activision, Microsoft is basically trying to eat off of Call of Duty Mobile. For those who don't know, Call of Duty Mobile is, one of the best selling things that Activision has in their portfolio. And again, it's free to play. This isn't, something that you have to pay for. So it's literally outcompeting so many games out there just specifically off of microtransactions. And pretty much everybody that I know of says that Call of Duty Mobile is fantastic. Again, the only downside is that you have to deal with either playing on a mobile device or playing on an emulator. And people don't want to have to put up with that. But when it comes to gameplay and what it's about and, the vibes that it has to offer, people just really genuinely enjoy the overall experience. And again, it makes me wonder, is this the reason behind SM2 being shut down? Usually they aren't too serious when it comes to, mods or competition. But for real, I mean, they really came at SM2's neck. I guess they were using, a lot of assets from Call of Duty. But at the end of the day, when they took that down, it made me think, maybe they have something planned behind the scenes. Maybe they are trying to put together a game that SM2 was, trying to be. Because SM2 was literally just trying to be an all-in-all COD. All the best maps, all the best weapons, one of our favorite engines. It was originally on the Modern Warfare 2 2009 engine, but I think they switched it up a little bit later to make it smoother. But that's when they got hit with the cease and desist, so they couldn't continue, developing. But, down to the core, it was going to be something that a lot of the community was familiar with, and a lot of the community would be happy with. And it wouldn't have to deal with all the manipulation that goes on within COD and the matchmaking. You wouldn't have to deal with, players being forcefully put on your team that are severely under your bracket just so you can carry them to a potential victory or carry them with streaks or anything of that sort. The solo player's experience is absolutely destroyed. And even playing with friends, if you have any friends who are severely under your, your skill bracket, they're going to be thrown into the grinder and they are not going to enjoy the experience whatsoever. Like I said, minus all of those things, that's what would have made SM2 phenomenal. And that's what Call of Duty Mobile is. So maybe the shutdown of SM2 was to go ahead and make sure that Call of Duty Mobile would be able to go across on all platforms and be that game, be that all-in-all Call of Duty title, that free-to-play version of Call of Duty that can live on year in, year out with multiple different updates, events, all of the above. I mean, have you seen some of the Call of Duty Mobile events? I can't even tell you how jealous the COD community is when we see these events, because all we get are cool Warzone events. 6v6 gets nothing, but Call of Duty Mobile gets some of the best looking, cool, creative maps. And, honestly, Modern Warfare 3 has been pretty decent, like this Vortex event that just came out. Those maps are pretty cool. But I mean, seriously, compared to the previous games that we've had, Call of Duty Mobile has been blowing them all out of the water. So to be honest, I really do believe that Microsoft is trying to capitalize on that. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now what my biggest concern is with this mobile port. Because, yes, it's phenomenal to know that Call of Duty Mobile will be coming to console and PC at some point down the road. But who's to say the matchmaking won't change? Who's to say that, the only reason it's so casual and the only reason it's, so good is because it's on a mobile device. And the second you go ahead and, put a port over to PC and put a port over to console, they might even go ahead and implement a matchmaking system into this game that will make it severely strict, just like we play here in our full-price titles, and ruin another phenomenal experience. Again, I like the gameplay of Modern Warfare 3 that you see right here. I enjoyed the game that I'm playing, but a lot of people cannot tolerate the matchmaking that's in place. They just simply cannot, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them one little bit, along with, not wanting to pay $70 for the game here, because a lot of people believe that it's just, obviously the DLC to Modern Warfare 2, so they can't really justify the price tag. And I understand all of that stuff. 1010% I do. But the matchmaking really does turn people away. And that will happen to Call of Duty Mobile, a game that could potentially be one of the best things that have ever happened to us in the Call of Duty community. It could be destroyed because of one thing and one thing only, and that's the matchmaking. Of course, the game is flooded with microtransactions as well, and I also hear that some of the microtransactions are pretty predatory. Confirm this down in the comment section if that's true. But again, I still think the matchmaking will prioritize overall at the end of the day if they decide to incorporate it. But ladies and gentlemen, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions about how you feel about all this stuff. Do you think Call of Duty Mobile is indeed going to transfer over to PC and console? And if it does, do you think Microsoft will incorporate really thick Scobie's matchmaking, or do you think we'll get the exact game that you can play right now when you load it up on your mobile device? But as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified for more content just like this. And last but not least, we do go ahead and live stream pretty much daily over on Kick. If you guys want to check that out, got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.